Okay, so now we're going to do some glitching to our song. So we're going to take our drums and apply some glitching tricks to it. So I'm going to loop around the first 2 bars of our track. Maybe even go as far as 4 bars actually. Okay, so we've got our drums playing across between bar 1 and bar 5. If we just go to File and go to Export, sorry, you need to make sure that your drums are the only thing playing there. So we solo your drums, go to File, Export, go to Audio Mixdown, make sure that the stereo out is selected, and we're just going to save this to wherever you've got your project saved to. So mine at the minute is on the desktop and it's unnamed, and I'll just save it in there. Let's create a new folder for renders and we'll call it drums. Click save, and what we're going to do is import the project, or import back into the project, into the pool and onto an audio track. So just click export. And you want to copy it to the working directory. We'll just make sure that everything's kept the same, so you want to make sure your sample size, if that's available, do sample that back down. Click close. So we've got our drums rendered out here, so if I just solo them, so what I'm going to do is solo the drums again. I've actually just realized that there's an open hat playing there, so I'm going to go in and I'm just going to mute the open hat. I'm going to mute the tambourine as well. So want that as clean as possible, so I'm going to keep it like that. Go to export again. Audio mix down, we'll call it drums 2 this time. Export it. And import it back into our mix. Close this window. We can unmute those and unsolo our group. We can get rid of this original track, remove. So here's our drums. So what we're going to do with this is, if you click on it, go up to audio, go to process, and go to reverse. So now I've got a reverse version of our drum loop. Okay, it might not sound like much at the minute, but if you take your scissors tool using 3 on your keyboard and go through, and I'll take about 16 segments. So I'm just going to cut this one, and I'll maybe look for something else like this. I'll delete that one. So we've got some nice sort of reverse sounds. And then if we have a closer look, we've got a couple wee hits there. We'll bring them out. And then we've got another reverse sound here. So I mean, you can just go through and find various different bits and pieces. If I just move all of these across, and then we can just experiment with what you've got. So I mean, if you move these around, and you can have various different sort of pulls and pushes throughout your track. So let's maybe use this one instead of that drum loop. So you can obviously, you need to experiment, you need to spend, you can spend a phenomenal amount of time actually doing this. to get it sounding right. And it can be a bit of hit and miss as well. You can duplicate sections up as well if you want. So as I say, you can't spend a lot of time. I'm just going to keep this very simple and keep it as is. So that'll do me. That's 8 bars covered there. I'm just going to bring the volume of the whole track down, because you don't want it sort of sitting too prominent. Going to copy this plinker fall over to the third section of our second loop. We can copy across all of our wee hits as well there. And you can obviously go through and add some automation to your panning on those wee drum hits as well. Again, it's something that is very, very time consuming, but it does pay off if you get it sounding good. Okay, so in the next tutorial, we're going to have a look at building a riser section for our breakdown in the middle.